Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, thanks so much for watching today's video. 66 Mustang GT Fastback. You know, when these cars roll down the road, circa 2011 like it is right now, there's no way you can't look at this car and go and smile. This was a completely different world when this car was launched. You know, this is 66, but when the car came out in 65, keep in mind that most manufacturers would love to sell 200 or 300,000 cars for their entire lineup. You know, if Lexus could sell, you know, 300,000 or 400,000 cars, they would be thrilled to sell that of everything that they sell. In this case here, Ford had sold over 500,000 of just the Mustangs. The styling then is what made this car so iconic now. So when the car rolls down the road, people who don't even love cars can't help but smile and say, wow, nice car. So this one here, real GT, which is really nice because we do sell a lot of cars that are reproductions of GTs. This one here is a nice, authentic GT, as described to us by the previous seller, and is indicative of everything that's on it and around it and the paperwork that we have too. So come on up here first. All right, I want to do this. I like to show the paint. The problem is, you know, in the showroom, it's a little bit hard sometimes just to show you how really bright red and crystal clear everything is. I don't know if you can get a picture of the watch or whatever. Just it just really looks nice, and you can see it nice and clear, original color, and done nicely. So you got this here too. You got your road wheels with your dual red stripe tires. Now these are the correct, authentic tires for the car, meaning that they're bias ply tires. They're not radial tires. They look good. They're designed to be able to take it to a show and make sure that you can see that that's in there. And inside are disc brakes too, which is nice. It's one of those things we forget to ask about. But you know, to upgrade the drive a little bit, if you wanted to, you might want to throw on a set of the red stripe radials that they make, because that really was one of the greatest advances. But if you want to go to a show, a real show like this car is designed to do, you know, those are the kind of tires that you're going to have. You got the GT call out like it's supposed to have here, Mustang down here, not the Mustang and the horse and things like that. That would have been on the regular Mustangs. Also this right here, missing the chrome trim here on purpose because the GTs didn't come like that. Those are just quick identifiers that a lot of people may not know about. Chrome and stainless, awesome. Grille light bar right there, awesome. Got the switch on the dash too that turns that on and off. You know, this car just has so many options and features on it, which makes it probably one of the most expensive GTs for its time. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So we looked at the road wheels, which were optional, the dual stripe tires, which were optional, okay? And as we go through here, let's check this stuff out. All right, right here, look at this, factory air conditioning. All right, factory air conditioning back then was over 10% the price of the car. You know, today's modern car is 40 grand. Would you pay $4,000 for air conditioning? No, you can get a home air conditioner for that. But that's how much it was because it was in its infancy and was very expensive at the time. All right, two small things that I want to, let me just start with the one small thing. This radiator here has been upgraded, okay? For me, he did the same thing that I would have done for the car, and that is I don't like a car to overheat. I'm a big fan of the car running cool. I hate, that's like one of the things, that's one of my things that makes me so nervous when I'm in bumper-to-bumper traffic or I'm in the parade to a show or whatever. I want to make sure my car runs cool. The reason why this radiator is here is because this car does have air conditioning, and the condenser there can tend to block the air conditioner. I'm sorry, the radiator, okay? He put in a bigger radiator, but we have the stock radiator in the trunk, which I'm going to show you, and he kept everything, just so you know that you get the regular stock details with the car. For this case here, look how thick it is. But we also have the correct tower clamps. We have the correct tags on here, nicely detailed with the engine dress up, those kinds of things down there. The washer pump right here. So many people just do the bags and don't finish everything up. You got the washer pump right there. Got your stickers there. The only thing I would say here is I'd probably do the correct battery in the car just to finish this thing off. So if you decide you want to buy the car, it'll either be in the car by the time you take delivery of it, or just ask us and I'm just going to include it in the price of the car, because it needs to be in there, because I think it's really nice piece that would finish up this engine compartment nicely. And if you want us to put the stock radiator back in, we will. I just think here they've painted it black, they've made it look pretty authentic, and it won't be too hard to put it back if you wanted to. But anyway, so a couple of things that we were talking about options-wise was with power disc brakes. Okay, sorry, we have disc brakes, we have power steering. Power steering is one of those things we forget to ask about, man. And It makes for the drive to be really, really nice. And we just talked about the air conditioning, so we got 3 big options already on the car, plus the road wheels, dual stripe tires, and things like that. Okay? All right, let's head inside. Actually, we'll go to the trunk. Fit and finish on the car is nice. The shine is great. You know, this car was its car's been shown a lot in the Mustang Club, and I just didn't take these off because I thought that, you know what, you can take them off if you decide to buy the car, we'll go that, you know, you can leave them on, put them on, whatever you want to do. All right, come on back here and let's check this out. Okay, more GT stuff. We got our trumpet exhaust coming out of the valance, okay, instead of pointed down. Okay, in here, this is kind of nice. All right, so we have the, this didn't have a cover, so I got a cover anyway, just so you'd have it. We can put it on or not. I didn't want to put it on because I wanted you to see. It's rare that you get, first off, a spare tire in these cars. Secondly, to get the spare tire for the road wheel and another dual stripe tire is really rare. That's a pretty, you know, just to make sure the spare tire is in here correctly, it's probably a maybe almost $350 addition to the car, $400 addition to the car, that we may just blow off as insignificant, but this is how these cars get to cost $50,000, $60,000, and $70,000 to restore. Okay, here's the stock radiator that I was telling you about with the original radiator cap. Okay, and then this is the original fan clutch that would have been there. This has a high performance fan clutch in it to keep everything cool. He's a cool freak like I was, and you know, I like that too. I think that says a lot about the guy who wants to drive his car, but he doesn't want to be embarrassed, you know, with a car puking and it dies in the middle of traffic. All right, got the jacking instructions right there. Nice, soft, and supple weather stripping. You know, this is restored nicely. You can still see the nice factory seams in here. Stamped panels on the car original. It looks really good. Okay, come on in here for a second. I want to show you 2 different looks for the car. Like, check out right here where you can take the kids with you if you want, or take another couple out. A lot of room behind the seats, believe it or not, for a car, for what we call a pony car, a small car. But if you're not going to take other people out in the car, let me show you the next move that looks really good on it. Check out this. Now we have a completely different car. Look how sporty it looks. This is called a 2+2. Now it's just a 2. It's almost like a sports car, like an AMX. You can't even tell the seats there, or if you had to carry a bunch of stuff, I mean, there is a lot of room in here. Let's keep going the inside. Okay, so like a restored car, like this car is restored really nicely, right? But one of the things that I notice right away is when footwell lighting comes on. The footwell lighting has come on in this car, which says to me somebody spent the time and energy to finish the restoration at an upper level. Because you know what, 40 years later, that's tough sometimes to get everything to work properly. And just to give you an idea, I'm 6'1", and if I slide the seat all the way back, I can barely reach the pedal, so there's actually a lot of room in here. Okay, again, we were talking about options and stuff like that. For instance, the console's an option. Automatic transmission is an option. AM stereo or AM radio in there is an option. This is the rally pack, so you got the tachometer and the clock. The clock is working. Another good sign of the restoration. Full gauges on the dash, not just lights. There really is just probably a few more small items you could have gotten from the factory, but not many. This car is really loaded up and it looks really great. I mean, it's really finished nicely everywhere in here. One other thing too, it's showing 1,377 miles on it. We were told that's 1,377 miles since the restoration. I can only go by what they say. The car looks great. It could easily be that. So you take it for what I know, and now you know what I know, which is, I don't know much, but now you know more. You know, it's not often we come across a real GT. This one here came with trophies. We walked around and looked at how many things were authentic, and then we also looked at a couple small upgrades, not to mention the numerous amount of factory options that are on this car, which make it really, really nice to drive. It's an awesome car. It's great looking. I don't need to say any more about it. I mean, you can see it in the pictures. You can see it in the video. It's a cool piece to take out to dinner on a Saturday night. Take another set of couples. Take your kids with you. Just have some fun and enjoy the car. And it's got the AC for us older guys that make it nice to drive. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000 and we'll find a way to get this '66 Mustang GT Fastback in your garage.